Yo, what up? I want to do a quick video. This is not a live video. I just pretty much wanted to run down my skills, just to kind of explain how they work. Um, I know while I'm playing, I haven't really done anything like that because I'm playing with people and I don't want to bother them with that because it's annoying. So I figured I would just do a quick video running down the skills and how they work and why I feel like this class is so fun to play. So, before we get too far out anywhere by some baddies, I suppose we're kind of by myself anyways. We'll look at the skills quick. So, primarily, the action skill is the buzz axe. So, increase the melee damage and lets me throw that axe. Killing an enemy refills my life instantly. So that's a huge thing right there, is like getting that killing blow, getting all my life back. We'll touch on that in a little bit. So the mania tree is the primary tree, over in the blood as well. It's kind of a split pool. I have a little bit in fire specifically because of the legendary sickle mod. There are builds that have this mod that don't go into the fire tree. I just wanted to see what it was like and see if it's worth getting those extra points. I may go back to a BloodMania. But to touch base on what these skills are all about, here's my life skill. It's just a max life. Shield recharge increases, but as a part of this build, you run the Rough Rider mod for shields, and that reduces your capacity to 0, so you don't really need a recharge time, so that's negated. And the fact that I'm always at 0 shields matters. And we'll touch on that more here with some of these other skills. I'll reference back to this specifically. So when my shields are down or my magazine is empty, I get a melee boost, right? So that's nice. Big shield boost, right? Or big damage bonus when my shields are down, which is very nice. This lets me shoot faster when my shields are down, which they're always down, so I always shoot, 35% faster. My explosives are more powerful, and because I have a BloodMania build and explosives with this skill here, I have dynamite attached to my buzz axe, so my explosive damage is increased. That's paired up with that. Same with grenades, same with explosive guns. So I use a lot of explosive guns, and I have a grenade that recharges on its own. The fireball from the DLC, Latina's DLC. And then, explosives. The sword explosion from the DLC. This is from the Torg DLC. This is just some melee SMG that I've been using just for the melee damage. But Redeem the Soul, this is a nice skill because it lets me just pick somebody up instantly, per every time that when Buzz Axe is on cooldown, so after I've used it. And I get more time during that phase, so if it paired up with the Siren Friend, they can just pick me right back up. So I'd pick them up, and then they pick me right up. So it's nice, and then because I went down, quote unquote, to pick somebody up, when I come back up, my life is really low, which will lead into the final skill of this tree. So Salt the Wounds, and these two skills I'm still finishing off. They will be full by when I'm done. I just had to move skills around to get into the fire tree. But Salt the Wound is just basically, when I take damage, non-shield damage, I should say, like health damage, then I get a stack of Salt the Wound, which increases my melee damage per stack and shotgun damage per stack. There's 20 stacks, almost 5% damage per stack, so that can be pretty big. In reality, I don't really see 20 stacks. I see 4 or 5 to maybe 10, But it's just because there's 2 other people I play with, plus one of them's a necromancer with death clap or death trap. So damage is being divided. That's fine. Sounds in the voices is a big skill. Glad it's in that mod. That's a huge melee damage boost. You do self-attack 12% of the time, so, you know, a little over 1 in every 10, but sometimes you hit yourself 4 times in a row, but you don't remember the times that you hit yourself 30 times, hit somebody else 30 times in a row, so not a big deal. People complain about it. I've complained about it, but it's just part of the build. You just have to learn how to manage your life. That's the important bit of this build. So then release the beast. When I'm below 33% of my life and I launch my ability, I go into a badass psycho mutant mode rather than just a regular psycho. Way bigger melee, way bigger melee damage, and I get a damage reduction, which is nice, to say the least. So, oh, and also I gain all my life back when I transform. So, gain my life back when I transform or when I kill a guy. I get explosives on my buzz axe, and I have a damage reduction on that. My shields are down, so I'm always shooting faster and doing more damage, etc., etc. Okay? The fire tree, just to touch real quick, is just, when I kill an enemy, I have a better chance of causing elemental effects, and I have a chance to hit myself on fire. And while I'm on fire, I can deal more damage, and I do more melee, less crit, which, whatever. Not a big deal when I'm on fire. It's such a brief moment, and I may spec out of this. It's just, I spent 6 points to get 5 points. Is it worth it? We'll find out. You know what I mean? I could better utilize it in this tree. I could potentially get some overkill, life kill, steal, but I mean, I haven't found that I needed that lately. Definitely I could throw into some more of these skills, but let's touch on this tree. So this is a lot of stacking Bloodlust, and I can go up to 100 stacks. And every stack gives me a bigger magazine size, which is nice. And then during I get, a damage reduction per stack. Max of 75%. So huge damage reduction. Just all the time in reality. We talked about that. This is some more grenade damage for every stack of Bloodlust, which is nice. Killing them with melee, which is, important there because I'm hitting them with my rampage. That's a melee strike. Increases the time I keep the stacks. Increases my reload speed, which I feel like that's worded weirdly because when I have lots of stacks, I reload really quickly. I guess that could be that gun I was using now that I think about it. But either way, when my blood's high, I should be swinging my axe anyways. So, and then the blood explosion, whenever I kill an enemy, it'll match the element that I exploded or killed it with, which is usually explosions, but either way. A little extra damage hits the melees or hits the guys around them. Pretty nice in that aspect of things. So it's nice to be fully invested in both of these trees, and this is the side note. And again, let's look back at the gear again. Shields are always down, so we get those perks all the time. Nice big explosion damage, no fuse. The slow kind of travel rate, I kind of actually wish I had the legendary fireball. And then I have a strength relic. I would really like to find something better, like a melee mod, not like a strength one that has cooldown rate, because I don't use that. Just a couple of guns. I mean, what's the deal with this game? You just hold on to shit anyway. So, yeah. So that's basically the build in all its glory. Let's see it in action, I suppose. We'll try to find some little mobs to run through and kill. And what better place to do it and then where some chubbies will form. Well, not over here. What am I doing? thought I could teleport there for some dumbass reason. Gotta go back to the lodge. I'll have to get some more coffee in a bit. Go to the dust. Hopefully I don't die when I'm trying to show this off, but I shouldn't. I should be fine. Good place over here to farm, as Nave explained to me last night. Hopefully I'm talking loud enough. My mic is close enough. So, like I said, the big thing about this build is life management, making sure that you never drop too low and to proc your ultimate. And what that really means is when you start getting lower, it's like, don't keep shooting, don't throw grenades, don't swing, because you could take a hit at a weird time and then die, you know. So stacking every time I do damage with the gun or swing, getting bloodlust stacks. So it does a decent amount of explosion damage and just keeps building. My life is almost there, so I could just like let him hit me and then hit F. Now I rage out, I'm way stronger, you know, doing huge damage, hit myself, whatever, 6 million, 10 million, you know. Barely take any damage. When I kill a guy, I get it all back into normal form. Still got tons of stacks. So, pretty nice build. Do lots of melee damage. See, so I hit it again, get all my life back. He's scared, he's running. Couple hits. Circle around if you don't want to take constant damage, you know what I mean? I'm so used to tanking for my two buddies that I'll just take it. It can be beneficial to kind of glance yourself with damage to try to get your life down far enough. That can be really risky though, because you could just end up killing yourself. And if there's nothing around to kill, then you're down for good. And that's no good. So, and again, you can throw the axe, it does explosive damage, which is great. And then I have this SMG because it has a melee on it, but being a little in the fire tree doesn't hurt as well. Shooting fast helps build stacks, that's another thing to think about. Having that skill helps there. He's dead. I mean, Rough Rider skill gives me a ton of life. So that 33% is much easier to hit without being too close to death. I mean, it's all relative, because an enemy will just one-shot you anyways, or you'll just hit yourself. As an enemy hits you and you'll die. Big damage though. I mean, he exploded and killed that other guy, and then he exploded because he died from explosions. Yep, you know, Rawr. It's very fun. Stacks drop off relatively quickly, but if you start hitting something again, you should stop that cycle and at least start going up again. Here's my fireball, very strong, boom boom. Try to glance myself, I'm on fire, burn it down a little bit, activate. $6 million. Just exploding around me. Just exploded. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this build, and I can't say I'm super I played so much Borderlands, man. It's oh no, I played a commando barely, and then when we started playing again this time through, I was like, I'll play this Psycho dude. He looks cool, and I instantly fell in love with that Psycho badass shit. It's so cool. And I mean, it's just like, oh, I keep re-getting life pools back. Boom, I kill a guy, my life's life. Oh, I pressed F and I get my life back. You know, it's just convenience. I build the stacks up. And that's like kind of the important thing right away to think about is just get the stacks. See, I burned that guy, so that's also building stacks for me. Yeah, I can switch to my explosives now since I've got plenty of stacks. This explosive shotgun can help do some damage around you to help proc, but it also could just kill you. He exploded. I don't know. Like I say, it's very fun to play. Very tanky. You can end up when you transform, you're not taking damage for it, so you can just sit there and take it while your friends just pummel the monster for you. The one downer is, it's tough to see things at times. Especially when they explode in your face or you hit yourself. Little tip when it comes to hitting yourself, don't just spam melees around everywhere. Be precise with your melee swinging, because if you just throw extra swings in the air, then you're more than likely just increasing the chance to, you know, hit yourself in the process. This is a pistol recommended in the build because it does like a split shot, and depending on how close you are, you can hit them with all 7 bullets, which are nice, you know, nice explosive damage. A little high end. Switch to melee. Should keep this guy up. Keep my stacks up. See, and I'm like taking melee damage, but I only have 2 salt stacks. I never really felt like that skill builds up as high as it should. They wear off real quick, so, you know, I feel like the only way to get lots of salt stacks is if you had a few guys on you at once. But we'll see. Maybe in the last levels of the game it starts to really take off. A stack, 2 stacks, 2 stacks, and it goes away. You know, that seems weird. But he told you what would happen. Here comes the bad time. Tubby. I lust for your blood. That's one I gotta be afraid of. Yeah, hit me a little bit more. Not too much more though, guys. Just a little bit. There you go. Just throwing it. Bam. Some kind of mod there. Kind of legendary. As I say, where did it go? Hey, a sickle class. That's interesting. It's surprisingly interesting because when we were doing the farming last night, like back to back to back to back, we kept getting my mod, no one else's. And then once it stopped dropping, it was just like, No one else gets any more, I guess. So, cool. Extra, like, 4% melee damage. Seems like the skills are the same, because it's probably the way the mod works. 66, that's nice, because the other one was kind of low for Reaper, Torch, Sickle. See, I mean, I had all of them. A nice Rage Meat mod, I had that earlier. So we'll sell that for a nice chunk. And got a nice little boost to my melees. So, yeah, that's the build. That's the Psycho build. So, very fun, very tanky, hard to die unless you're not getting the killing blows, which, you know, in multiplayer that happens a lot, especially with, you know, you get a Siren and the Necromancer, which is our party, and the Necromancer is just bouncing bullets off of shit and getting kills everywhere. So a lot of times my kill gets stolen and then I die because I don't get that life back. And my life pool is my life and shields. I need that to survive. So I need to reiterate to them to, like, if you see me low life and I'm like fighting a guy, don't kill it. Let me kill it. I need to kill it. So, but yeah, that was the video. I just, like I said, I just want to do a recording. I'm just gonna throw it up and potentially just share it with a couple people. Maybe it'll go live. We'll see. So, thanks for watching. Later, guys.